Hi everyone, here I will be showing you a portrait, done basically from the photo, but then I kind of did a sketch from the live model. She is one of my friend, and as you can see here, I'm kind of blocking in the drawing of the portrait and getting the values defined. So as you can see, I'm kind of laying down and constructing the basic structure of the form here. The neck, the eyes, and then I will starting here with the underpainting, which is just toning with raw umber color. After I did the underpainting, start with the big colors, and as you can see here, the surrounding of the background color is more on the green side, blue side, and some of the grays green there. So that is actually how you kind of relate to these stuff like that. Okay. Now after that, I have taken pure raw umber, but in that I have mixed a bit of cadmium red into that, just tiny bit, just to make it more warmer. And the idea was to just kind of paint it more flatter, not looking for too much value instead, and that's the basically I like to really go for the kind of a general value shift here. And as you can see here on the tree, I'm just putting a general dark gray color, because the tree is mostly on the grayish violet side. And now I'm kind of a bit of the painting some of the colors for the nose here, trying to get into some of the bits of the lighter bits here. So see, there are many ways to paint the portrait. It's not only one way. Like here, I have done some of the toning of the shadows with the raw umber, and now I'm going into the lights and kind of building some color for the lights area here. So yeah, as you can see here on the skin here also, I'm mixing a bit of the red, yellow ochre. I'm cooling it down with putting some ultramarine blue and cobalt blue there. These shadows are mostly raw umber, a bit of red into that, and a bit of white into that. So a general outlook of the color, not putting too much of details still, just putting the general the wash, general look of the model here. Around here, I'm kind of a little bit touching the top section of the nose, and see the areas around the eyes are more on the gray side. Okay, so I'm not using too much of chromatic color there. I'm just using a bit of a simple color there. So don't use too much chroma in the areas around the eyes here. In the lower section of the eyes, I'm putting some darker values there, mixing a bit of transparent brown oxide, a bit of crimson into that, and kind of looking for just a general value there. For the eyes also, I'm just putting some of the darker values here and there, the side planes. And you can see how I'm kind of a little bit generalizing the values, color, So as simple as that, not putting too much detail, just looking for a general color. So mixing mostly white, cadmium red, yellow ochre, and then to cool it down, I'm using a bit of the green color, which is permanent green light. As you can see here that I have done with this the first layer of the portrait here, starting with here, now getting some more form defined here. As you can see here that I am trying to paint those background color, and then also trying to soften the edges of the tree there, because the tree has to go more in that background there, and the face is more in front of you. So you kind of look for transition tones there, softening the edges here and there. After getting those the bits of the background color, I started to put some of the branches there, and looking for a general values, color and form there. The general color of the tree branches are mostly white, some brown, a little bit of red and green into that, just to get that kind of a grayish, the brownish color. So that's mostly the branches are mostly on the gray side, and that's the idea. That's the idea of kind of looking for a general values, color and shift of the form. And now, as you can see here, I'm trying to get some texture of the trees, some of the leaves here and there, trying to build that form there. For these leaves and here and there, I'm using a bit of the black and the viridian and some white and some yellow ochre. If I'm using more of the blue, then I'm using ultramarine blue here, and darkening some of the branches or some of the leaves here and there with some black and some viridian and some white in there, just to gray it down. The color is more on the muted side, and that's actually the idea behind looking for such a general tone of the color there. Adjusting some of the shapes of the blues here and there. As we are kind of moving forward, we are looking for more values and more color into the background here, more on the blue side, looking for those values inside the background color with some more blues and greens, and as you can see on the palette, I'm using mostly the white, yellow ochre, cadmium yellow, cadmium red, alizarin crimson, permanent green, light ultramarine blue, and then kind of cooling down the color with some with some blues and violets. These some of the leaves which is on the muted red color, I'm using a bit of the yellow ochre, a bit of crimson, a bit of blue into that. I'm really trying to get into that small form here. Looking for the transition behind the rose branches, and looking for some muted color. As you can see in the photo also, these greens are mostly a bit on the warmer side. So you have to just look for the values, the shapes, the color, the hue, and then you have to compare the chroma with surrounding colors, like if anything is looking cool because of the warmer color around, and my face is looking more warm because on the background is more on the muted blues and muted green colors are there, so you have to always compare that, the cool and warmness of a color by looking around that area, and every color has a value underneath, and that is what actually you have to look for. when I kind of mix a color, I just ask myself, okay, what color is that? It's a blue or a white or a red, you know, it's on the green side, and then I kind of decide to make it more towards that color, you know. If it's a greenish, yellowish green color, or which has some red undertone to that, you know. So first I will mix a general green color, you know, set the values right, and then kind of look for the chromatic bits of that. It can be more on the yellowish side, it can be more with the blue side, it can be more towards the red side, you know. So it depends what actually you're painting, you know. Trying to put these olives there, since I painted, you know, this scene is from the Tuscan Valley, if Italy here, you know. And you know, I'm kind of a ex-faculty member at the Angel Academy of Art, Florence, Italy, for almost like 8 years. You know, so I have my own academy, online academy now. You know, you can kind of, if you want to just study live with me also, you know, you can just check it out. So looking for these greens, some muted, you know, some warmer leaves color here, and it's looking warmer because of the values of the colors underneath there. Okay. So yeah, a lot of things are happening here into these trees there, some blues, some reds, some greens, you know, but the whole idea is to know the shape of that, the design of that, and then eventually it will start to look better, you know. I'm kind of lightening the background color of the sky there, you know, and looking for those subtle values in the color into the blues color, you know. I shouldn't paint it too chromatic blue, otherwise other colors will look too gray, or maybe, you know, it will not that will look more focused if I put too chromatic color one area. So the thing needs to be balanced while you are painting, you know. How much is warmer compared to that color which is around that area. And then when I'm painting these things, you're just focusing on the strokes only. You're not limiting yourselves to other values, you know, and complicated shapes. You just try to be more simple with the values, with the color. And as you can see here, I'm progressing more into the painting here. Now I'm kind of you know, getting the second painting of the hair, or we can say as the, you know, final, you know, kind of the second layer of the paint, where I'm kind of building the hairs, softening the edges, which is merging with the background color, because that is the form and the light hitting on the top there, you know, and that is what I'm doing here, you know. I'm kind of breaking the value system here, you know. Darkening the form using some black, some transparent brown oxide, some alizarin crimson. For the lights, I'm using some white, black, alizarin crimson, and some blue into that, you know. So yeah, all these things needs kind of special taken care of while you are painting. Adjusting some of the values of the lighter bits of the hair here and there. You know, that's why we shouldn't paint the light separately. You should first start with the big patches of darker color, and then you slowly try to build more lights on that. You know, it works better there in that sense. I'm here still figuring out some of the values of the lighter form here. And then creating some softer edges of the top section of the hair here. Building the form here, you know. softening the edges here and there. Creating some of the lighter bits of the form here. Creating a bits of the green color into that area. For that I'm mixing some permanent green light, and creating some more muted green, some red color into that, because some of the colors from the trees reflecting onto the skin, also some greens, some reds, and that is what I'm trying to do here, create a sense of the form here, softer edge there, here and there. I'm looking for the subtle shift of the values here and there. It's all about building the form basically. So the lighter form which is hitting from the side plane of the nose to the frontal plane part of the cheek here to the top section, and then kind of a little bit transitioning the darkest light which is very close to the hairline. And a little bit softening the edges of the chin here, creating some more volume into the cheek here, and creating some more reddish bit of the form. Also transitioning some of the values into the light section here. A little bit putting some of the lighter bits on the frontal plane of the lips here, and looking for some of the lightest value of the form here, because the light is coming from the top section, and then for that you need to really understand how to create a nice sense of the volume there. So looking for kind of this side plane there onto that where the light is really hitting there. So when you paint something, the planar structure is also very, very important. Which is the frontal plane, the side plane, underneath plane, the top plane. When you try to kind of divide your form into that section of the planar structure, and then it's much easier to paint all those subtle values and color also. Here, as we know that I'm kind of trying to get into the finishing of the painting here, so I'm just increasing the reds, more chromatic reds here. I'm trying to create some more of the three-dimensional form, and also I'm kind of a bit of creating some of the bit of the darker so I'm very close to the finishing of the painting here, and I'm just trying kind of darkening the side plane of the arm here, or the shoulder area here. But all these values are much darker than it appears in the first layer, and that's why you can see after this the light will go onto the head here, a soft transition light of the form there, So it's really important how you look for something in such a way, soft transition of the values and the color. And as you can see how I'm blending those values together and creating those form there. So yeah everyone, I think you had a nice time looking at this painting here, this small 20 minutes demo. So I hope you like it. I hope you have learned something from here, So keep looking for more upcoming videos, and you can follow me on my Insta page @ashish_artist, and then you can also get the link to buy some more videos from there. Okay, thank you everyone, and take care. And before signing off, you can just also write your comment everyone. Thank you everyone for watching this video. Thanks everyone.